is a real Wednesday, so of course I've got something that will lift your spirits. And that would be a very spicy round of hot topics. And on today's panel, we have new partner to King 5, SEAtoday, with their two editors, Alina Hunter-Grah, and Madeline Ewing. Thank you so much for both being here.
We're happy to be here.
I'm excited. I want to hear all about it. Of course, you know executive producer Joseph as well.
You.
So, all right, tell us what SEAtoday is all about.
Sure. SEAtoday is a local daily newsletter. We cover everything from general civics news to entertainment, lifestyle, events. We're all about positive news that gets people engaged with their communities. Our company has been around since 2016. We're one of 28 cities in the U.S. where we have our newsletters. We're in places like Nashville, Dallas, Lakeland, Florida, Boston. We're all across the country.
So if it's like Boston, is it like Boss Today? Or
yes, actually.
Oh, okay, I like it. No, I mean, in case you're living in Boston.
Yeah.
That's really fast. I love that idea. What is your favorite part about working in something that's like positive news?
I think it's really easy to feel like you're a tour guide and a tourist at the same time.
Oh.
You kind of get to experience something as if you're a local and new in every single thing that we do. And we learn more about things that we pass by every single day whenever we get to cover it too.
You guys are like the perfect fit. It's like your new day out there in the field.
In a newsletter.
In a newsletter.
I love it.
I do love it. It's so great, isn't it?
Yeah, we love positive news, obviously, working here, so I mean.
It's the best job in the world.
Yes.
It truly is.
Makes a lot of
great.
sense for us to partner.
How do people find you, though? Because I've never found you or heard of you.
Well, you can find us online at theseatoday.com.
Theseatoday.com. Okay.
Yes, and on our Instagram, you can also subscribe to our newsletter. It's free, totally free, always free. And you just put in your email, and then you'll start seeing us every morning at 6 a.m.
I'm ready for it.
Love it.
And I'm very, very choosy about what I let come in my inbox.
On Instagram, we're our SEAtoday.
Okay.
So it's slightly different, but yeah.
It's okay. We're going to find you anyway.
We'll find you.
By the way, I just want to raise our glass to this really cool new partnership between our new parent company and you all. So let's grab a cocktail here. These are called Straightaway Cocktails, and we first explored them when
Yes, thank you.
Last year, I first heard about this company, and it's really cool. They're a Portland, or they're made in Oregon. And they just do all wonderful things. They're sustainable. They really think about this. So this is actually going to be our cheers to you. But some of them, by the way, have like, I'm sorry, I should have told you, they have like instructions. Like you're supposed to flip it 3 times.
Oh, I did not.
Well, I did not do that.
All right, well,
but you know what?
either
It's
way.
Madeline's birthday today, so cheers to her.
Happy birthday, Madeline.
Ooh.
It's kind of like a bottle of champagne.
I may have accidentally dropped one when we were coming out here. I did not think it was
Maybe
that
it was
one,
that
though.
one.
I don't think it was that one, but maybe it was, apparently.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. So this is
Okay.
espresso martini, and that's got some flavor.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's really good.
That's good.
This too, it's really full-bodied.
Is it full bodied?
Yeah, I would describe it as so.
This is pretty smooth.
Yeah, I like these
Really
because
lovely.
with cocktails, you know, you gotta have a lot of ingredients to mix stuff together. When you can just pop it and it's ready to go, that's kind of nice and convenient.
That's why I love it. They also have, I think it was an old fashioned that you
Yes,
tried
and I
last time.
really like that
and
one.
You liked
Yeah,
that one. I don't
yeah.
drink old fashions, but he loved it.
Yeah,
But now
it's
he's got that me espresso over there.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Me knowing new stuff. Okay, well, let's talk about some of the headlines that caught our attention recently. India's biggest budget airline, Indigo, has been trialing out a booking feature that will allow women to avoid booking a seat next to men on flights. So there's a lot of layers to this story, obviously.
Definitely.
But overall, what did you think? What caught your attention
So
on this?
when we first started talking about this, we all had a lot of hot takes on this, thinking about it through an American lens. But we have a staff member from Indonesia, and so it's kind of similar in the world over there. And she was saying, you know, it's very different between men and women in those countries, and that's just something we don't really necessarily think about. So when you think about, oh, I don't want to sit next to a man or a woman on the plane, whatever, it's maybe not the same over there. So I think we are learning a little bit more about what it's like to be a woman in other parts of the world.
Very true.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of these things, you know, came out of, you know, complaints of sexual assault and things that happen on an airplane. It is interesting when you hear something like that, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. And what stood out to me was the discretion. I like the fact that men aren't able to see that same information, and so it makes it really low key whenever a woman decides to sit next to another woman. And I thought that was really neat feature.
Yeah. So there's no like retribution or anything like that. Right.
Exactly.
I just feel like if I were able to see that, it might be the first time I've ever used a armrest on an airplane.
Yes. And I had the full amount of leg room. Yeah.
It would be
What is that? Like,
I don't know what it is.
Gentlemen, but if I've ever sat next to a guy on a plane, there is guaranteed I am not using that armrest. Why is
No.
that?
don't know, but I've had the same thing. I've almost started passive aggressively kind of putting my elbows there just to like
as soon as I get there, I'm like,
it's like, it's mine.
You have to assert your dominance, especially in the middle
immediately.
seat.
Oh, the middle seat. Forget about it.
Yeah.
I mean, flying is such a crapshoot, no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
It is.
It's not my favorite activity.
It is. It's not. It's not. But again, I really like how you took that information that we had yesterday in our meeting.
Yeah.
And really, we thought about it. We thought about, gosh, it's really interesting and important to remember how it is different there and what other women are going through, and how it is good to see some airlines taking a step towards that direction.
Yeah, definitely.
On the topic of assault, this new movie, I don't know if you've all seen it, called It Ends With Us.
I have not yet.
I've read the book, I saw the movie, and now Blake Lively, the star of the film, is under scrutiny for her movie It Ends With Us. But it's not the box office sales. Those are like at 180 million so far on a $25 million budget. But people are a little unhappy with just how she's responded to certain things. So my whole question is, here is someone playing an abuse victim. Is it her responsibility as an actress during the publicity for this to speak on behalf or to, highlight assault in like domestic assault?
I would think so, and I think of it less as a responsibility as more of an opportunity to really give a voice to people who may not otherwise have that voice.
Yes.
You have this unique opportunity to really show what it's like being in these relationships, and what an opportunity to start, opening up this conversation and allowing people to understand what it's really like.
Mm-hmm. That's such a good point.
Yeah. And I would also add, representation matters on screen and off screen, and the promotion speaks as loudly as the movie does.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people pay to see the movie. People don't pay to see the promotions. That's advertising. So some people will be exposed to that, but not the movie.
And if she's not wanting to speak to that social issue, which is a very important one, why not? I mean, I just kind of want to know more to that story. She's getting a lot of scrutiny for this. So.
Well, I have to say, if it were me in that place, I would absolutely have educated myself, or I would have asked for some advice from someone who was smarter than me and say, how should we handle this? Because I will say, I read the book, and the beginning of the book includes a trigger warning. The end of the book includes resources for domestic violence. So
amazing.
It's clear that the writer, Colleen Hoover, was very, very dedicated to making it a point to help women like this, because the book does a fabulous job of kind of showing how domestic assault can make it seem like it's really not that big of a deal when you step away and you realize it is. So I'm a little disappointed in Blake. I think that she could have educated herself, or certainly the people who are planning this stuff. Where's her manager? Where are the handlers in this saying?
Where's her producer?
Let's handle it. Where is her Joseph? That's what I want to know.
We all need a Joseph.
It heated me up, but let's cool things down now. So we are hopefully, it's so funny. I walked out the door the other day and I went, summer is changing.
Oh, no, I'm not ready.
I am not either, but you can already feel it.
Look that looks like fall. If you saw that, you'd be like, that's fall.
Yeah, that looks like
That's
fall.
like August, whatever it is today.
I mean, are you a
very
PSL
excited.
girl?
Oh, I am. I love pumpkin spice. My dad is also a really big fan, funnily enough.
Okay.
And so we have tons of it at home. We're all about pumpkin pies and spicy drinks. It's lovely. I love this time of year.
Okay.
I'm more into the chai. I love a costume party. So all of October, unprompted or not, I will be dressing like anything other than myself.
All October.
All October.
Okay. Wow, I like this side of it now.
We'll have to have you back for Hot Topics and see what you show up as.
Oh,
Yeah, no warning.
Done.
There you go.
About you?
Well, I just am ready to have a very intentional fall. I want to do all the fun things. I say I'm going to go to the pumpkin patch every year. I never do. I'm going to make that pie. I'm going to go pick that pumpkin. This is the year for me.
Yeah. I'm going to be very intentional and just, honing in on that cozy bit.
Yes.
Staying at home, watching the movies, hitting up Hallmark early this year, drinking whatever I'm drinking. Maybe spicy, maybe not. But either way, I think it'll be one of those moments that I think that the key here is intentional. Intentionally dressing up.
We'll hold each other accountable.
Well, yes. We have something that Joseph is bringing. It's a fan fave of his.
Wow, I love a pork rind.
Yeah.
And Southern Recipe sent us all these new flavors to try. There's some really interesting flavors.
Okay.
This one's like pineapple, ancho chili, but we're going to try the spicy dill.
Well, let's talk about the one that you have there. We'd like to try the pastilla
So if
chili
you
cheese.
might notice, this one is empty because while these were sitting at my desk, I accidentally ate the whole bag. So we're not going to be able to sample this one because I already did, and it was delicious.
All right,
but
so
here's the dill.
We all chose spicy dill out of, so we've got cracked sea salt pepper, Korean barbecue,
pineapple ancho.
Yeah, so who knew that pork rinds came in all these flavors, but hop in. I understand. Can I hand that to you?
Yeah.
This is our very first pork rind, ladies and gentlemen.
My very first baby's
see it
first.
Live.
Please
Try it live. Let's see. I'm gonna watch you.
It smells good.
No pressure.
Whole thing? Okay.
Crunch factor 10 out of 10.
Isn't that yummy? That flavor.
That's delicious, yeah.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm cleaning up your skirt for you.
Yum.
Yeah, that's good. I like the flavor. I don't love the consistency of a pork rind.
Oh, I do. I love crunchy.
We know you
salty.
do.
Yeah.
The evidence is on the table.
I know. Sorry, everyone. But
Yeah, but those are really, really good. These are
Yeah.
like the nice version.
yeah,
Of a
fancy
pork rind.
Fancy pork rind. Yeah.
These are no whatever the other ones they sell at the store.
Yep.
Well, I like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I would buy that.
So let's talk about something we kind of been mentioning throughout this show. It's this very mindful, very demure, I don't know, thing that we're seeing on the interwebs lately.
Language.
It started with a viral video from TikTokers Jules LeBron. And let's just take a quick listen.
See how I come to work? Very demure. I don't wear too much makeup. I don't come showing up with wing liner and lashes. I do a little hair oil on the wig. I do a little tinted moisturizer. I do a little brow gel. Very considerate, very approachable, very demure.
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay, the way she's saying demure, like that actually kind of maybe sort of aligns with the definition of it. But can I just say, I went online when he mentioned this and I was like, demure, what does this mean? What is demure? I'm like, will they please stop naming words? Like, no, you don't get to decide preppy means something different. The Oxford English Dictionary decided, and you need to just read it.
You tell him, Amity.
All right, ladies, what do you think?
I don't know. I think it's fun. It's like Brat Girl Summer, but a little bit more sophisticated, more refined, but in a way that almost kind of makes fun of itself, but in a really charming way. It's just, it's all about just like having some poise.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, and I also will say, like, in the trans community, there is like when you are socialized as someone that like doesn't have access to beauty products or cosmetics or things like that, you don't know the best approaches for how to apply things in a way that is consistent and kind of subtle and really enhances your
that's a
futures.
really important point.
Yeah, and so I think that was also the point of it, was like, let's draw attention to ways to accentuate our features, subtlety, instead of like Brat Summer, where it's very out there and loud.
Is that what Brat Summer means? I didn't know. I gave up. I gave up at Hot Girl Summer, okay? I was like, we're done. We're just gonna do Sloppy Girl Fall. I don't know.
And my biggest thing with this is you were asking me, like, why is this trending? Well, we don't really exactly know. Sometimes things on the internet, they just happen because they are catchy and they're fun and lighthearted. And I think that's some of what that is, just having some fun. I don't know.
And I like it. I like what you said, the idea behind that, trans aunt, and it was hard to decide that and what to wear and how to do these things. And I really like what you said about just,
Yeah.
poise.
Just having some fun.
Being elegant.
Exactly. We're
Elegant.
all about elegance.
All right, well, let's talk about music news now. The #1 streaming song on American Spotify this morning, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars' new song, Die With a Smile. Some are surprised to see the collab. Some are surprised to see it was like a country 70s theme. People like producer Joseph, who decided after seeing this and shunning it to not judge a book by its cover.
I know. Well, I'm a huge Gaga fan, but when I saw this was coming, I was like, oh, Gaga, like, do we need a duet with Bruno Mars right now, like with 70s style? Whatever. I don't know. I should just have faith in her because I'm obsessed with her. And obviously, I love this song. This isn't the kind of music I normally listen to, but I literally have been listening to this nonstop for about 3 days.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, oh no, I love this. I heard it for the first time this morning, thought it was super fun, just, kind of, it's like a main character moment,
Yeah.
But what you also don't know is Madeline and I almost showed up in those exact outfits today.
Wow.
Yeah. They copied us.
I know.
Would have loved to see
I would have loved to see your hair like that. I would have loved to see me with a kerchief.
I love how you know that I'm Bruno in this situation. That's
She
really
had the blonde hair. I
That's
just
so
saw
true.
that. I just saw the blonde.
Typecasted.
Yeah, you got typecasted for the blonde. But I will say, I mean, what do you think of these like collaborations?
I love like a good crossover episode, especially in music. I've been a Bruno and a Gaga fan for a very long time. I love my short kings and queens.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think that it's very reminiscent of Gaga's like whole spiel with Star Is Born, where it's like the theater, the drama, the music, the emotion behind it.
Yeah.
And Bruno can match that.
Okay,
Yes.
I literally, I didn't love A Star Is Born just because I don't love that story very much, even when Barbara did it back in the day.
Yes.
But I do love the vibe for this, and I can't wait. I was going to listen to it on the way in, and streaming would not stream. They were like, sorry, problem, cannot, please reload, please reload. And I was like, well, just gonna have to listen to it later.
Yep.
Nothing
Time.
is a morning ruiner than whenever your music won't work in the car.
absolutely.
Ain't that the
Yeah.
truth? Well, you know what's not a morning ruiner? When you subscribe to the SEAtoday newsletter and it pops in your inbox at 6 a.m. Thank you both so much for being
you for
here.
having us.
Cannot wait for your music collab. We're going to wait for that too.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. And thank you. Thank you for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content. You can send us an email and share your thoughts. But most important, don't forget to enjoy your new day. We'll see you next time.